You actually just perfectly just created the bridge for us now for the second part of our call, because you often talk about the kind of like that you wanting to do your workshops to give people like really practical takeaways and not have them be lost in that ether of great ideas and black holes, and then having them come back into their gym and being like, okay, what now? So could you touch on that whole aspect of wanting things to be like really practical and
Yes.
applicable?
So this stuff really warms my heart because I don't like anything else doing than doing in-person workshops because I just love working with people and try to explain stuff as simple as possible. It's like I really thrive on that stuff. And I've done so many workshops and great workshops in my life. Believe it or not, I've done gymnastics workshops, I've done running workshops, like powerlifting, weightlifting, like 25,000 different workshops. Cool. And I talk about the holy trifecta of workshops, right? So the person who runs it needs to be interesting. That's a big one. The second thing is you need to have like at the end of the workshop, you need to have the feeling of, okay, I've learned something new. And the third thing is, okay, what shall I do Monday 7 a.m.? And I have yet to do a workshop where I have all three coming together. I had one, I had number two, but I did not have all three of them. So that's when I run my workshops, I stop on Sunday afternoon, take a pause because people have learned a lot of stuff and hopefully they kind of liked what I had to say. Are we going to, okay, what are you going to do tomorrow at 7 a.m.? Sunday afternoon, what are you going to do Monday at 7 a.m.? In the book, it's a 10-step process, super simple, because the workshop only makes sense if you can apply it the next day in either your next training session or you training somebody else. Doesn't really matter. So I have a 10-step plan, which is okay, you do this exercise that we practice obviously in the weekend for that purpose in your warm-up. You ask people how they felt, you take videos, 10-step process, super simple. And the effects of it will be amazing, right? The cool part is you don't have to change anything about your own programming or your gym's programming. It's just you're going to add one or two things in there, know why you're doing it. I usually go for the twisting pull-ups to make it more concrete and for the neutral pelvis rollouts. People are used to jumping pull-ups, they know kind of what they is, so you're only going to add like the twisting portion of it with rings obviously, and people know rollouts and you're just going to emphasize on what to do to keep the neutral pelvis intact and get the glute max on. So incorporate those two things and then run them through a feedback loop so people get curious about it. You post those videos in your gym groups. This is what I was always missing in workshops. Like I felt great, and then I showed up the next day after flying back in my gym. I was like, okay, what am I gonna do now? Like
Mm.
concrete now, and I've learned so much stuff because typically you just fall back to your normal training routine and just do your programming and feel good about it. If you learn some stuff, no, I want you to implement two things in your next training session, and things are just gonna take off from there.
What has been the feedback so far from people who have
People
implemented
love
these
it,
steps?
man. People love it because we have to have, as gym owners, coaches, people who are training others, we have to have that good mix of safety and curiosity, right? So
Mm.
create a safe place where people like are willing to admit mistakes and want to try new things, but also you have to keep people curious because guess what? Relationships and gyms get boring over time, right? So you have to either grow some stuff in your gym. That means bring in some new exercises, new knowledge, a couple of new stuff, or you're just gonna die. Because if you just continue doing what you've always done, you're gonna slowly die and probably not even gonna realize it to a certain extent.
Mm.
So give them something new and combine it with something that you've always done, like a jumping pull-up, for example, but add a twist to it,
Mhm.
literally add a twist to it, do twisting pull-ups as a warm-up, 3 times 30 seconds. People are going to be gas training their shoulders correctly, their grip, their lats, everything. It's a perfect combination.
And on the plus side, it's oftentimes like the worst soreness you have ever had in your lower calves the next day. It's like that's
Well,
like a random tidbit, but
low rate of casualty is acceptable.
okay. That's actually all the questions we have for today.
Nice. No story time this time. We're gonna keep the stories for next time. Bring on the questions, and I guess we'll see each other next week.